Hello Identity 5 community! As it stands, we have recently received some very interesting new information about the Bungo Stray Dogs crossover. I am going to be showing some leaked content in this video, so please do not watch further if you do not want to be heavily spoiled. Still here? Good. So before I share my thoughts on that information, I want to address the pinned comment on my previous Bungo Stray Dogs update video. Since that video seems to be gaining a lot of traction again, I want to clarify some things. Here's what the pinned comment said. I may make a separate video eventually to say this, but this is garnering attention again, so I want to make it clear. Though I stand firm by my picks in this video being the best decisions for the cast that we were given, I do now believe that Kunikita will be Novelist, Painter will be Rampo, and Prisoner will be Dazai in the actual crossover. I think it's a perfectly fine alternative, but it still sort of disappoints me, since I like it less due to the abilities matching much less, or not at all in some cases, even if it still works visually. Specifically because it's clearly purely for marketing, and abilities are an afterthought. Since to me, it's clear Rampo is only Painter, so his outfit is easy to recolor, since Dazai stole his more fitting place as Prisoner, since he's more marketable than Novelist. It's not that Prisoner doesn't also fit Dazai. I just think he'd be much better as Rampo is all. Dazai can fit multiple characters, whereas Rampo really only makes sense as Prisoner in my opinion. All this to say, I don't want people to get excited about the picks in this video, only for them to be different in the actual crossover. So no, my stance on the final rules has changed, even if I stand by my initial video as the better choices. Also, yes, I've heard the rumors about Mercenary Dazai and Prisoner Atsushi, and I don't believe them one bit. I firmly think that they are flipped. If I'm incorrect on this, I think NetEase has severely misjudged the characters and what roles they should have. Too long didn't read, Rampo doesn't fit as Painter, but they are likely slapping it onto him because of easy modeling, and that frustrates me as a fan, but otherwise, the changes I suspect are pretty much logical / fine by me, especially visually, even if I think ability-wise they fit less. Well, unfortunately, as it stands, it is most likely true that I was both right and wrong on some details of this comment. According to recent information, it seems that the lineup for the crossover is actually Dazai as Mercenary, Rampo as Painter, Atsushi as Prisoner, Yoshino as Doctor, and Kunikita as Novelist. NetEase is currently still doing an event very much based on guessing the characters, so technically nothing is fully confirmed, but this seems to be the widely accepted truth at the time I am recording this video. Now, if you're only here for actual information regarding this crossover, then that's pretty much all I have for you except this leaked image that I was sent a few minutes ago, really, before I started recording. So do with this information as you will. I do think visually all of the characters look very good, though I don't think these are in-game models. I think they are probably event sprites, so, you know, take them with a grain of salt. I speculate that Atsushi, Prisoner, will be your S-tier skin, and the crossover will be in early to mid-October, probably the second Logic Path Essence of next season. I theorize that we will more than likely see a Port Mafia Essence as a part 2 sometime either near the end of this year or early next year. That's just my theory, but other than that, I really don't have much new information. So if that's all you're here for, feel free to leave. However, if you want to stick around and hear someone who's incredibly fixated on both Identity 5 and Bungo Stray Dogs complain in detail about why I greatly dislike these picks, welcome to the show! So let me clarify something right off the bat. I honestly do believe that all of these picks, minus Atsushi as Prisoner, have some arguments for them. Some of them, Painter Rampo, are flimsy at best, while others, such as Dazai, are just weaker compared to their alternative picks. In my original video, I predicted that Atsushi would be Mercenary, Dazai would be Novelist, Yoshino would be Doctor, Rampo would be Prisoner, and Kunikita would be Painter. And well, I was very much wrong on all of those except for Yoshino. But I mean, how hard is it to get that one wrong? She's literally a doctor. And I'm not upset because I was wrong. I want to clarify that. I understand that that happens. As I mentioned in that pinned post on that video, a lot of people spoke with me that they thought it should have been Kunikita as Novelist, Rampo as Painter, and Dazai as Prisoner. And the reason I disliked this and thought that my picks were stronger was because I was looking at it purely from an ability and like a playstyle standpoint. Referencing my comment again, this setup makes me feel as if Rampo, who is a character I very much like, is just sidelined and given the role of Painter solely because they have similar looking outfits. And while Prisoner fits Dazai just fine, so does Novelist, and even the mercenary that he is supposedly getting. So, while Dazai has many fitting options to pick from, Ranpo really only has the one, Prisoner, which is why I predicted things in the manner that I did. Visually, I do not think the lineup we are getting is horrible, but it feels like when picking the characters, NetEase only thought about it visually with no actual attention to the characters outside of, hey, which character of ours is easiest to model onto this character? And I don't deny that the cast will probably look great, especially if those leaks are anything to go by. They do look really good, but actually playing as them, at least to people who are invested in the franchise or even know anything about it, will feel very weird, and, well, at least with some of them. And I admit that I was wrong, and I can accept this, and accept things as they are minus one thing. And I fully believe that Atsushi as Prisoner is just remarkably stupid, if it's true. I believe that Prisoner and Mercenary should be swapped in this situation, and I will die on that hill. While I said that Mercenary isn't technically unfitting for Dazai, Prisoner is completely illogical for Atsushi. Atsushi's ability, Beast Beneath the Moonlight, gives him the ability to turn himself or parts of himself into a white tiger. He is predominantly a fighter, a protector. If at any point he is shown to be technologically savvy, it is so minimal that I, as a superfan, do not even remember it. So, literally nothing about Atsushi to me seems to fit for this role of Prisoner. On the other hand, his ability is absolutely perfect for Mercenary. Mercenary has that prolonged hit, which is similar to how Atsushi is shown to have incredible stamina in battle, as well as, even if you want to argue it, a subtle reference to his self-healing ability by allowing him more time to be played. His big tiger paws that he often uses in battle are literally perfect for Mercenary's elbow pads. We've seen it done with Cheshire Cat, and Atsushi has shown multiple times across the series that he prioritizes saving and helping others when he can. So, to me, there is absolutely no good reason that Atsushi is not Mercenary in this crossover. The only reason I can think that NetEase would do this is money. NetEase has proven time and time again that they prioritize money over all else, and in this case I find that incredibly obvious. Like I said before, I feel that Ranpo was sidelined in order to save on his modeling, instead of actually taking the time to think of something more fitting if Prisoner absolutely had to be someone else. And likewise, they then switched what was most logical for Dazai and Atsushi, because they are aware that Prisoner will probably have better sales from people who are not involved in the fandom than Mercenary would. To me, it seems that they are prioritizing popularity over what is actually the best option, if all of this is true, and it is very frustrating as a fan. Greedy company is greedy, big shocker, but it doesn't make me any less bitter about how screwed over I feel the cast was. Before, I was thinking our free character might be Yoshino, since it's assumable that we will probably get at least one of the A tiers through an event of some kind. However, because Doctor is... My script turned off. However, because Doctor is a more popular character than Novelist, I'm willing to bet that Kunikita might be our free character now. I also believe that Yoshino is more popular than Kunikita, but that is debatable, because I honestly try to avoid the fandom like a plague. Which, you know, is a great win for the Kunikita likers if I'm right. You know, shout out to you guys. I'm happy for you if I'm right, but it is also kind of a sad example of how NetEase picks and chooses their characters and their decisions in a way solely to maximize profit. And honestly, I mean, it's hard to fault a corporate entity for something like that. They're trying to make money, I understand, but it doesn't make me any less frustrated at how this lineup turned out. It feels very greedy. And I'm certainly not the only Bungo Stray Dogs fan upset about it, and honestly, forever and always I will probably stand by my original comment. I think that NetEase has severely misjudged the characters and what roles I think they should have. So yes, I was wrong, and I can accept and admit that. You know, I made a guess and I was incorrect. But I still stand by my original picks as being the most fitting overall, all things considered. Though I do want to retcon that I completely see why people would argue with me on Kunikita as Painter, given that Kunikita does look much more visually fitting as Novelist, and his ability still crosses over well, so I'll give you guys Novelist Kunikita. All this to say, I'm still gonna force myself to look forward to this crossover, because I literally can't not. It's two of my favorite things crossing over. I'm remarkably excited, but I seriously hope that they do better and impress me with part 2 and don't let me down anymore. I'm still holding hope that maybe this information is wrong and Atsushi and Dazai are actually flipped, but it's getting to a point where it's hard to keep living in denial because a lot of people have been saying that Atsushi is going to be prisoner, so take that information I'm giving you as not entirely fact, but lots of people have said it, and it is currently, as things stand, what is probably true. If nothing else, I hope that fans and non-fans alike enjoy whatever else NetEase has in store for us with this crossover, but I absolutely had to voice my disappointment with these picks. I'll probably continue to cover this crossover when I can, so watch for updates, and I have no idea when this video will actually be finished and posted, but I hope it will be up as soon as humanly possible because I want to get this information to you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed this video as negative as some of it was, and if you like my content, even though I'm wrong half the time, please consider supporting me in my past and future endeavors because it really goes a long way. So quick note, another thing is I actually started on the Dream Witch video that I promised at the end of the last video, and I have learned that it's really hard to play Dream Witch, so I had to break it up into 2 sittings, and I haven't gone back and played her again yet, so that video is a ways away, but I am working on it, so eventually we will get the Dream Witch video. And I think that's pretty much the only update non-related to this video. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and you know what? I would say don't watch the old prediction videos because they're pretty much entirely misinformation, but they keep getting me views, so if you want to go back and see them, if you haven't before, they're wrong, but go for it. I'll take the views. So thank you, and see you in the next video. Bye. Hey guys, I don't know what this is, but I look like a clown because I just edited and recorded an entire video and then logged onto the game and this thing's here. And I was like, oh yeah, these leaked things I got sent, they're real cool. They're leaks. They're spoilers in this video. And they're all right here in high quality. So, so I guess we should do some predictions. And I'm just trying to get some rewards, but I'm real glad that I just finished that video and I was like, hey, look at all this cool leaked stuff. No, it's right here. And again, I don't think I made it very clear in this video, so I'll say it right now just to end this. It is not confirmed that Atsushi is going to be prisoner. That is just what everybody I've seen has been saying is like leaks. And I'm not on Twitter, so I'm getting all my information secondhand. I saved myself the trouble of existing on Twitter, and I think everyone else should too. But if I'm wrong, I will be so happy. So I do hope that Atsushi is mercenary, because I explained it incredibly thoroughly in this video. This is dragging on, but I just feel like an absolute clown because this is in the game now, and I didn't know that. I just logged on. In other news, I spent more money on this game. Alright, see you guys!